Hello everyone, this is Angel Wolf, and I'm here to give you a basic introduction to Blender, which is an open source 3D art creation program. Open source basically means that it was written online collaboratively by people on the internet, and they basically gave their work away for free, and it is constantly being updated. It's a very, very large program. Well, no, it's not large, but it's very complex, and you're going to be learning every aspect of it in order to become a digital artist. And none of this is going to cost you anything. It is free to use, it's free to learn on, and it's very powerful. It gives you a lot of creative options. So I'm going to go to www.blender.org, which is the home page of Blender, and here you can see some of the characters and movies and things that have been made with Blender. It has news, headlines, you have a lot of things to read here. They have training and DVDs and books and tutorials, manuals. Basically everything you need to get started with this program is all here. There's a feature section. You can check out what is available in Blender. You can do solids, rigging, animation. I'll leave you to go over that on your own. They have videos. These are feature videos about the game engine, about the sculpting, about UVs, which is texturing. You got shrinking. You can do clothing. It does physics. It does everything. You can literally make a movie the quality of Toy Story or Ice Age or any of the CG movies that are popular right now with Blender. And you can also use Blender to do 3D composite work, which is for special effects for live action movies. So in this case they just did this movie Tears of Steel, which is for the visual effects pipeline to show off how well Blender can do these movies. And there's all kinds of movies to watch. There's Sintel. That one's one that's really good. It's 15 minutes long, and it shows you how, a bunch of people can come together and make a movie. So there's a lot here, and the first place you really want to go to, though, is the Education and Help page. There's a community which allows you to talk pretty much like you would do here on Antigen Studios, except you'll be talking to Blender people specifically, whereas Antigen Studios is about, creating our projects. So you want to go to the Education and Help, and there's the user manual. You have quick starts, you have tutorials, frequently asked questions, demo files. There's a lot of information for you to look at on this page here. And the place I started off was tutorials, and I started with this section right here, getting started with Blender. Now this is going to take me to one of my favorite training sites, and it's called Blender Cookie, and they have the little mascot, which is CG Baker. And these 7 videos here, download and install, interface navigation, intro to modeling, intro to animation. Basically this gives you a lowdown about everything you need to do to learn how to use Blender. It teaches you, what buttons to push and how to use everything. There's lots of tutorials available for free, and you can also become a citizen with them for, I think it's $25 every 3 months. It's very much worth it. They have a lot of good information, and see, you can get some of these training videos. They have I paid for this one at one point, the low poly character. This teaches you how to make a character from the drawing of it to the finished for a video game. You want to do video game work. We also have the vehicle series, which shows you how to make like a thing from Avatar, one of the flying airplanes from Avatar. So there's a lot of information. Some of it's free, some of it's not, but there's a lot of information on here. It's free, and there's a lot you can link through with Blender Cookie as well. You have tutorials on different aspects of it. You have scripting and sculpting, modeling, physics, how to run physics, visual effects. The visual effects is kind of fun. You can make smoke. You can make a rocket, and make a little safe appear out of a desk that's not really there. Like in this shot, the wood surrounding this is real. That's a real camera shot. But the safe, the border around the safe, and this little platform is not real. Here you can see object tracking. She's carrying this stick with dots on it, and when it's finished, it's going to look like she's got a gun. So as you can see, most of these are free. Watch tutorials. Some of them are a little more. You can read more, because some of them are broken up into pieces. And this is in 3 parts, and it's 27 minutes long. So you just basically kick back and you play a video. And basically you just sit there and watch them talk, and then you load up Blender in your own computer. And this is Blender, and you can see I can move around. I can zoom in and out. I can drag objects around. I can move the camera. See, I can move it around. So it's very versatile, very powerful. There's a lot you can do with it. And another place you can go to find a wealth of information for free is YouTube. So we go to YouTube and we look up Blender tutorials, and voila, we have a lot of different tutorials. Blender beginners, Blender tutorials. There's just a wealth of information available on the internet for everything you need to learn about Blender. And the idea most of the time when you're using Blender is you're going to be using reference photos. So for those of you that are scared because you think this is too intimidating and too big to learn, well, wait a minute, it's not that hard, considering you don't have to design stuff from the beginning from scratch. This is a model of a car I designed, which is the 1969 Ford Mustang from the movie Bullitt with Steve McQueen. It was used in a very famous chase scene, one of the first big action car sequences. And what I did was I took some photos of a model that was on my desk, and I basically modeled around photographs of it. So if I go in this mode here, you can see the original photograph in the background, and you can see how I've stretched the car out onto it. So it makes Blender very easy to work with when you have a reference in the background. You're not completely on your own. You're not completely using it without foreknowledge of what's going on. And like I said, anyone can learn it. Anyone can pick it up. If you have just lots of time on your hands and you're not doing anything, this is definitely something to learn. So that's basic intro to what you're going to be learning, and then working with Antigen Studios. Antigen Studios is basically going to challenge you to make things like this, and you will get compensation, and you will get different badges to show off your experience level, and you will be working on professional quality movies and video games projects to start off. You won't be working on them right away. One of the ideas behind a lot of this is the idea of crowdfunding, crowdsourcing. So the projects you will be working on are going to be going on a website like this. And this is Kickstarter. And what this does is allows people to pledge money towards projects that are being done. So you can see here I'm in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So that is where it's going to show the nearest stuff nearby. And you can see that money has been pledged towards this project, and it's almost funded. It's got 5 days to go, so who knows if it's going to do it. It's kind of a one-for-all thing. So the idea is that you help me create projects by making what I need you to make using Blender. A car, a door, a table, a desk, anything that's needed for a 3D shot, and you get credit for it. And when the project reaches the point where it's able to be shown off, we put it on this website as a project. And if we get funded, because you're going to be spreading the word through Facebook and through your friends and through everything to try to get people to give us money, and there's just a lot that can be done here. My life is a video game. Let's see what this is. And you can see that this project has 24 hours to go. It's trying to reach a goal of $30,000. It made it. 388 people backed it. And it's a brand new action comedy web series. So the way it works is people pledge and they get special thanks, credit, video, special DVD versions. It's basically, pre-ordering to help fund the idea. So when the games and movies go on this website, and if they get enough backers, you'll basically get a full-time job because you'll be working on this project with other users, other people from Antigen Studios. So that's the basic lowdown of the idea behind Antigen Studios. It basically works with Blender primarily, and it will also be working with Unity 3D, which is a 3D video game engine that is also being taught by Blender Cookie, Unity Cookie. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of tutorials that basically deal with Unity, which is a 3D video game engine that is not free, but it's free to practice on and play around with until you actually get a game up and running. And then the games that get up and running with Unity can be put on to Xbox 360, Wii U, and the PlayStation 3, as well as some smartphones, Androids, iPads. It's basically a very powerful way to make a game once and have it play on the different consoles. So there is just a wealth of information. Check it out, have fun, and I will hopefully see you on Antigen Studios someday. Alright, have a good day.